alien spaceship, and this is one of my surprise lives that I do. And I want to talk about some different things that are going on with myself and topics like that. So glad all of you are that are seeing this. Welcome. And yeah, so basically this week has been a very active week for me. Doing things I have been doing things with my watching the trials. I was, watching the different trials that I watch, and I was responding to a message. So I was, watching the different trials. I've been keeping up with a couple of them, and so basically, one of them that I was watching. So with the Chad Daybell one, he was going and, they were talking about things with the phones and the different messages and things, and some of my friends and myself were coming up with different theories about why he deleted, not why, but maybe he had some accomplices help him delete the Tammy and the other children. So that is a heartbreaking situation, and seeing today with the Chad Daybell trial that I'm keeping up with, how the woman was very emotional and upset on the stand about Tammy, how she knew all the kids at her job, and she was a very kind, sweet lady. And hello, Mary, good to see you. A kind, sweet lady, and she was emotional about it, and Chad just has no emotion this whole entire trial. And I think that is very cringe for him to be, he's just like psychopathic, narcissistic. That's basically what he is. And also, he's similar to Charles Manson, and he did a lot of brainwashing. And Lori is convinced that what she did was a righteous thing and she would go to heaven for it, but that's not true. That's not how it works. Chad Daybell is a false messenger, son of Satan. And also, people like that are out for themselves. You gotta be aware of wolves in sheep's clothing. And I'm glad all of you that are joining in or saying hello or stopping by for a second. I'm talking about some trials. And thank you, Mary. I'm talking about some trials, and I'm talking about different things about what I'm doing with the channel and things I've been doing this week. And yeah, so Chad was very cringe, and Pryor, his attorney, is very cringe. Yeah, Pryor, his attorney, is very cringe because Pryor, he doesn't say Your Honor, he says Judge. Yes, Judge. No, Judge. He's real stupid, and he just says okay, okay. He's just real mediocre, like the client he's representing. And he learned. I was telling the other ones earlier. He learned how to have conduct in court from those portals he and Chad were having fun in. I kind of just made up a new joke out of what I just said before in the chat with the over there, but I made something new here. Yeah, so I was keeping up with that, and also, if you all have anything interesting to say, I'd be interested to hear what you all have to say about anything. But basically, as I was saying, Chad would be annoying and just sit there, and the most annoying one, besides him, was Pryor, like I was saying a moment ago. And Pryor would go and just, be rude to the judge. He insults the witnesses, in my opinion, and he's very rude to them. And yeah, he's Pryor is very cringe. No one likes him. No one likes Chad. And Mary says he's the boyfriend of the mother that eliminated the kids. Oh, Mary. So what I'm talking about, Chad Daybell, he is a cult leader of the Doomsday Cult, and he's a wife. His wife went. Him and his wife deleted the new wife's children, and also his ex-wife. The one you're thinking of is Chris Gregor, the treadmill one that I'm also keeping up with. So that one, he, eliminated his kid, but you might be getting them mixed up. So he wasn't anyone. Chad Daybell's no one's boyfriend. He was a husband. That's what I'm talking about. And so basically, as I was saying, this guy was really, so I said the attorney's really cringe, but the defense is great. Not the defense. The DA is great. The state, they're doing fine. Also, the judge is all right. And, I'm sure the jurors and everybody's frustrated with him and all the cringe that he's doing. Yeah, you're thinking of that, because that's not what this has to do with. And moving on to the one where Chris, the guy that deleted his son, so this is kind of cringe for some people because it's a heartbreaking situation. And yeah, he was abusive to his son that he thought was overweight, but it wasn't really true. And the kid looked fine. And so basically, he went and... Thank you, Mary. She had a son and daughter, right? Yeah, that's another one. I was keeping up with that one, Mary. Yeah, but that's not like the one I was like talking about. But yeah, I was keeping up with that one as well. So basically, what happened was, yeah, he was abusive, and then the kid was deleted over abuse situations in the hospital. And this is another guy that has a goofy attorney. So my friend JSI and I were talking, a friend in the chat in the other stream, we're talking about him, Mario. I've talked about this before, and he thinks like he's this, he's supposed to be this great attorney, but the situation is really a hopeless situation for the guy that is extremely guilty. But he was just like, you're gonna hate him, you're gonna dislike him for what he did. But basically, Mary, that I was talking about Lori Vallow. That's what I was talking about. They're married. And so basically what he did was, he was saying you're going to dislike Chris for all that stuff. But yeah, because he did that thing to his kid. But they're trying to say that the kid was not deleted over what the guy did. It was some other reason. But that's not true. He died from he was deleted from complications from the abuse of his psycho father. Yeah, this is a different Mario. This is not... This guy is more like Bowser. That's what this attorney is more like. And so basically, so I was watching more of that, and I had some mix-up with the different dates. And basically, with the different dates, they're supposed to be next week, but they did it today. And all the trials I was watching ended early. And yeah, that's just, everybody's heartbroken about what that guy did, and he needs to be locked up. All these people are just nuts in these trials. Now, with the YSL one, the rapper, I think the state of Georgia is very cringe, how they're handling that situation. And he should be found, that he wasn't involved in gang activity, in my opinion. He's just a rapper. And hello, Casamario. Good to see you. And yeah, JJ and Ty Lee, those are the two children that were deleted. And yeah, good to see you, Kaz. And yeah, so basically what happened was, today they're going over some stuff, and yesterday they're talking about the different rappers, the rap videos, and how in the rap videos, it was some good rap videos, and they're talking to the witness about, does he look at rap, and the guy liked rap and stuff, he knew about Young Thug's material, and they played it and everybody liked it. And the state is just really cringe. They have a lot of comfort breaks, and there's a lot of nonsense was going on with that one as well, with YSL. And then this other one, Karen Reed, she was going out, and she apparently, they're saying she's accused of deleting her boyfriend that's a police officer by hitting with a car and driving off. And I was watching some more of that and seeing the snow, and just, it was a lot of like camera footage of like security surveillance footage of different things that happened, that what other people were doing, what she was doing. And like one of my friends middle ground was saying that, maybe, which I believe this is what she said, if I could recall, if I'm recalling it correctly, that the lady was likely drunk and hit him by mistake and then went away. So yeah, okay, Kaz, thank you. Glad that you're chilling, watching the stream. And so, oh, hello, Amanda. Good to see you. I'm glad to see you in chat along with everybody else. Yeah, so Amanda, I'm just talking about some of the trials that I'm watching, and I have been, oh, Kaz, that's cool. Yeah, tornado's been wild. The weather's been crazy all over the country. I'm glad that you're keeping up with that. So basically, Amanda, I'm just talking, I'm kind of going through some things. A lot of stuff has been going on with the trials that I've been watching, like hours and hours of material, and I'm just like summarizing what I was watching from the different ones. And I'm doing good. I was just looking over the garden, and the plants are getting big, and I watered the little pepper and put some more soil by it. And I'm planning on getting some more soil to put in a pot for these other peppers. And I found the big seed for that big pepper plant I grew a couple years ago, so I'm going to put that in a pot with some soil, and then I'm going to go on from there. But yeah, the other plants I'm growing are doing pretty good. They're getting really tall. I'm looking at them right now. Yeah. So, and also, my grandparents are all right. They have some drama, but they're all right. And also, basically, with Anthony McQuaid, I've not heard anything else besides what I told you before about him. Prayers for him. And, starting today, which is Friday, the operation will happen. And then he'll let me know what's going on with that. Yeah, so... And Amanda says, Kaz, yeah, I saw one story of a tornado in Illinois that did damage to a farm. Yeah. And also, so with the YSL situation, with that trial, it was going really good. I think the defense is doing good, very good, very well. It's just, I think the state is just cringe. And they take a lot of breaks. And it's just, the chat's funny. The chats are funny. And the other day, my friend JSI and I, we were rapping, kind of, like, I was starting the rap, and she was, like, saying, like, roasting Chad Daybell, and it seemed like a rap, and I'm like, all right. So I started rapping, and it was really hilarious, and we had fun with the friends in there. So that was cool. And then the comparison with Chad Daybell, it's like Animal Farm, where not all, now remember this, everybody, this is metaphorical, this is not literal, this is based off of the George Orwell book Animal Farm. What I'm about to tell you about. So, the Animal Farm, they have like this, it's based off of like communism and how it, like, the Soviet Union went downhill. So, you have, I love peace and no drama. Yeah. So basically what happened was the situation where you have this pig that's like the leader, and these other farm animals, and he is deleted, and then they go back and forth with these different problems, and there is a power struggle. So, and some farm animals are more equal than others, and so you have the situation where, with Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow, is that some animals are more equal to others, and in the sense, like, those two metaphorically are more equal than other people, because some people are dark, like, say there's a police officer or something going on, they're like, oh, or a person they don't want to know about the bad things they're doing. Chad will say, oh, well, the person is dark, so they can't do that. So you can't do this or that. So it's real cringe, but they're the ones that are dark. And I like how in the courtroom they have Chad in darkness, because that's what he is. I want to see what y'all are saying in the chat. All right, so, and then everyone has drama. The alternative is being boring, and state is corrupt too. Yeah, Kaz, absolutely. The state is corrupted over there. I agree. And Mary's saying prayers for Anthony McQuaid, successful surgery for him. Amen. I love peace and no drama. And yes, Amanda, it's starting to get warmer. It's starting to get hotter. Today it was hot, and then it got cloudy today. and it got hot, and it's getting a little bit more hot. At night, it's kind of coolish. Well, if you could call it that. I mean, it's probably hot, but yeah, it's hot, but it's not as hot as in the daytime. So yeah, it's starting to get warmer here. That's good for the plants, but it's going to rain again. The rain is coming early this morning at some point. But yeah, it's been kind of dry, the weather. It's been a little bit dry. The soil's getting kind of cracky. And, so that's the situation with that. So about the weather-wise. Going to get hot out west to the 80s all next week. Thank you, Kaz, for that update. And Mary says, Kaz is Amirio. If we were all the same, that would be boring. Peace is Alcoa. Alcoa. Good thing. And Mary, she is doing great. Thank you. My mom just got here today. Oh, that's good. That's good, from Georgia. They're looking for a house to rent now. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. And also, yeah, I was keeping up with the weather yesterday, and like most of the country. So I talked about the trials, and I'll probably go back and talk about some things with the trials. Going to the weather, I was keeping up with yesterday. So the weather has been absolutely wild. It's in the center of the country, the whole center of the country. You had tornadoes everywhere, especially in Alabama, and it was going over to Georgia. And my friend Peach was concerned, and our friend Peach, because some of you all know her, and I was telling her about the updates and stuff I was getting, and keeping her posted about it, and she was glad I was doing that. And so yeah, it was and she said it was very scary. Weather was very, it was shaking, like the house, she was saying, and wind was hitting things. Yeah, it was very wild. So also, yeah, so prayers to people that had damage. And I was watching Ryan Hall. Very good. He was doing very good with that, and with his coverage. Shout out to him. And so my friend Todd Carnifax told me about him. Kaz knows Todd. So basically, we have, Mary says heat index was 105 today. Temperature hit 90 degrees today. Wow. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. He's in Ohio. And Amanda says, I wish it would rain here. Going to be in the upper 90s in the week, as long as not 120. I'm happy though. All right. And Amanda, so Ryan Hall, y'all, he's a tornado and storm chaser. And also he monitors hurricanes, pretty much everything weather related. And he raises money for people that were in hurricane damaged areas and people that were in tornadoes and things like that. And he does a lot of good for people everywhere. And yeah, he's very good for keeping up with the weather, and his team does very good. And I got some of his stickers. I bought 2 stickers in the past for different hurricanes. It was 2, and because it's going to a good cause. And yeah, the weather in Georgia. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the weather in Georgia crazy. And Kaz says, I might meet up to see Reed Timmer next year with a few others, alien. Oh, that's really cool, Kaz. That's awesome. And you do really good with keeping us updated with the weather and the earthquakes and things, Kaz. That'd be really cool for you to do that. And Amanda says, oh, that's very cool. That's wonderful of him to do. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I remember when Todd, he was telling me to be there because at that time, a little while back, because he was about the weather and things, and we're gonna be chilling in the chat and talking and watching the different parts of the country with the weather. I'm like, all right. And it was fun. I saw the different parts of the country where these flat plains that just go on forever. The sky and the ground, they just go on forever. It's not like down here or in other, say, or Kentucky, or down here where it's real, kind of different. Up there, just these plains that just go on. There's no trees or anything. And I had a good time talking to Todd there, and that time, and the other people there. It was very nice. I'm glad he told me about it. And yeah, there's like, oh, his chat, Samanda has like 100,000. Last time he had 100,000 people in his chat, in his live stream. And then the day before he had like 1 million in his chat room. I've never seen that many people in a chat room ever. The only one I've seen the most was Johnny Depp trial, and then Ryan Hall comes first, and then Johnny Depp second. And then, you know, the different trials like Darrell Brooks, I'd say, would be third, and etc. And two in the chat saying, I never heard of Ryan Hall either. Alien said he is, as a large audience, yes. And Kaz says, last 2 weeks average of 100,000 plus live views and over 1 to 2 million subscribers. Yep. Absolutely. Yes. And he does very good with his subscribers. He does very good with his content. He's saving lives. You know, he's very good with him and his team and others that are doing it. Yeah, Amanda, I agree. I agree. Yeah, the chats is very tedious. Casimir, yes, a big audience indeed. I was shocked. Do you think it's bots or all real people? Now, in my opinion, I think they're real people. You know, because the thing is, like, you make money by solving other people's problems, and Ryan Hall solves millions of people's problems in the country by keeping people up to date what's going on, and he does a bunch of things with the, you know, keeping with weather and hurricanes. So that's why he has a lot of people, because of the service he provides with his channel. And Kaz says, I want to say both, that he thinks in his opinions that they're bots, and also he gets a lot of exposure. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then in another chat with Kaz I was at earlier this week, we were talking about NASCAR and real late, and about detailing and stuff, because Nash, my friend Nash, y'all know, some of you know Nash, he does detailing, and I did it with him one time, so it's pretty cool to, you know, see what we're talking about, you know, that stuff, and about how the school system isn't it's kind of outdated, and not everybody needs college. Some people do need college with certain trades, and like, you know, certain things you need college for, but like a lot of people don't need the college, in my opinion. And we're talking about that and talking about NASCAR and stuff like that. So that was a cool chat to talk about. And I think the NASCARs are pretty cool. I don't know what y'all's opinions about them are, but yeah, that was you know, something interesting to talk about. Because, you know, those cars, it's like, it's a giant like tank with one little area to drive. Miami Time Traveler. Have I watched the videos of Miami Time Traveler? I've never heard. I will have to go check that out, Kaz. I've not looked at that. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Mary says, I saw someone on Instagram that had 64 million followers. Oh, come on. That's not real. I can't even remember their name. Okay, thanks, Kaz. Thank you. And also, you know, another thing about, speaking of Darrell Brooks, he had a new trial. I made a short about it, in my opinions about it. So he had a new trial, and he had his hair, and he was sitting there in the chair. Like, he just didn't care. But he was not rude or anything. He was cool. He was calm. I remember last Friday I was watching it, and he was just acting regular. And his lawyer was on a Zoom call because, you know, he's not defending himself. He was having somebody else defend him. And then they were going to do it the next week. Then they had you know, we were talking about it. And then they did a plea deal. So that he would not plead contest. No, he's pleading no contest. So he's like, it's not like, so it's basically, it's like not saying the state was guilty. Well, not the state. Like, Darrell was guilty or not guilty. He was just like, the state has enough information to put him in trouble, but he's not admitting guilt either. So when they're calling up the jurors, that's what they decided to do. They had a meeting with the judge, and everybody had a meeting about it. So what Darrell Brooks' new trial had to do with, it had to do with a situation where he did this thing with his running over his girlfriend and hitting her. You know, because he's a real, I'm being sarcastic, a real substantial citizen by, you know, doing that. which I, of course, I'm being sarcastic. And so he is, real cringe, and he was just acting very polite, well mannered, and he's in jail for the rest of his life for what he did at the Waukesha rather county over there, and running over the people at the Christmas parade, and he had, in my opinion, which he was found guilty of, hatred and anger, and just outburst. So that was some cringe, and it was interesting seeing how the situation played out, seeing what the chat room saying. Those races are dangerous. I'd feel anxious the whole time watching those. Oh yeah, I remember I saw Will Ferrell in a movie about it, and the way they changed those tires so quickly and all. I don't blame you, man. It's absolutely crazy. Casemiro, I believe that, because he's talking about, a lot of the Instagram followers are bots. Yeah, absolutely. And also, so this week, I remember I was watching the different shorts. Not watching the different shorts. I actually, what I meant to say was I uploaded different shorts about some of the, some of the things in the garden and different trials and things like that. And also, then what I did was, I'm writing one of the videos for the AI Horror Story Part 5, and also there's an ad, I'm running an ad about the Planet 10, Planet X video that I did a few years ago, and my voice was much more lighter than, my voice has become much deeper since 2022, which is kind of random, but I was like looking at the video, and I sound like a little kid, and now I sound more adult, but it doesn't matter. It just was something interesting, like, man, my voice got deeper. And also, Amanda said Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, they both, got a little distracted. Hey, Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, they both have so many followers. A lot of people are getting up there. Yes, they are, Amanda. Exactly. And Kaz says, do you like your voice deeper? I mean, good question. I like my voice the way it is. I liked it before when I was 2 years younger, and it sounded the way it did. It's a part of growing up, for me at least. It's part of just growing up, getting older. I like my voice the way it is. I liked my voice back then. I don't have a preference. Mary, I did a video about, I did the video basically about Planet 9, Planet 10, and 2 years ago, and the planet that Joseph and I would talk about, and I was mentioning briefly about like him and I like studying about it, and how I did research more about it than what him and I did, and also nicknamed Douglas. So I did the stuff Douglas and I were talking about, and there's this gentleman named Lowell that was monitoring the planets and stuff, and he dies of a heart attack before they could go and look for Nibiru, Planet 10, Planet 9. And I was talking about, which I made another video about it, an update about it. And shout out to Douglas. And also, so what I did was I did more research on it, and I did more studying about it, and I made this whole video about it. And basically, okay, I could send it to you, Mary, but for y'all that want to look it up, if you put Planet 10, something like that, and Demolition Man movie, I'll look that up, Kaz. Thank you. So basically, it's a Planet 9, Planet X, Planet 10, and look, the thumbnail of the video is a red planet with the triangle, with the Illuminati triangle, and that's what it has. So that's what the thumbnail looks like. So there's a couple of videos about Nibiru, but that one is it's a red planet with the Illuminati symbol on it, and like the planet that they won't tell us about, something like that. And the ad is doing very well, and I did it over the years. I ran the ad over the years, off and on, and yeah, so I'm running it again. It's doing good. It's getting traction. It's getting more subs to the channel, and people are talking about it, and it's at 7K clicks right now, so that's good for that. And I'm glad that there's more exposure about it, and people are knowing what's going on. So that's the video that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, all right. Sylvester Stallone. Amanda, Mary, they make things that attract kids a lot. Crazy challenges, video games, they're okay. I don't watch much YouTube anymore besides Aliens channel. Thanks. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone, excellent actor. I like his movies. I like the Rocky movies. And I remember the new one came out a couple years ago. That was a good movie. And also, I have a couple of videos that I have ads for, like I'll talk about the farming crisis, the farmland being bought up by the companies that very mysteriously, like some outside things. So there's, was this China or these other countries trying to buy up farmland, the United States, and trying to cause corruption and cause cringe. And also another thing, so that's one of the videos I did an ad for, and one of them I didn't run it for too long, but it had 200, but I'm going to run it again to get it to over 1,000 and over, and then I'm going to run the other ad that got 2K views, because Peach does farming and she told me a lot about it, and I made some videos about it. And yeah, so because as I said, it was at 6,000, the video in question, the Planet 10 one, the Planet X one, and now it's at 7.5, 101 likes. So as I said, that's good. I'm glad that it's making headway. I'm thankful for y'all's support, and some new people coming to the channel from different sources, from different streams, from different shorts and different things. Like, I remember when I like this YouTuber. He's one of those online gurus about finance and about entrepreneurship that I thought was interesting to watch. So some of you have heard of him, Tai Lopez. He was talking about one time having multiple sources of income from different places. And so basically I took this logic as getting subscribers from different sources, from different streams, or from different things I do, or say I go to another channel and watch and chill with people and collaborate with other channels, or do ads, do things. So the logic I did was getting subscribers from different sources, and it worked out well. So yeah, so you learn something from here and there and everywhere. So yeah, I like that. And Amanda says, I'm upset at YouTube for making you have to pay to watch the Twilight movies now. They were just free a few days ago. Kaz says, true, alien and networking. Exactly, facts. They say your network is your net worth. That's something that he said. And also, like, basically, yeah, Amanda, I think that, that's cringe. Like, they could do it free with ads. And I like the Twilight movies. Those movies are interesting and good memories with friends down the street. Literally, like, right over there, like 2 houses away. That's where I used to watch it with my friend. And, with my shade face, I look more like a vampire now. Anyway, so then what happens is, that's what I like. I like the movies with the ads, and I got to see a movie. Well, now, it depends on, if it's a certain movie I wouldn't mind paying to see. There's certain ones I wouldn't mind paying to watch on YouTube, in my opinion, certain ones. But I understand if something's free, free is great, and then if it's like free, then it's not free, it's cringe. Excuse me. So, yeah, so basically, I remember I got to see the rest of Poseidon because I saw it in 2006, like halfway in the movie, and I was a little kid, and I was kind of freaked out. And I'm like, I had enough of this. But then when I got older, I'm glad that it was free on YouTube, and I saw the whole thing, and, a good movie. Have you all, anybody in the chat, anybody watching, did you all see Poseidon in 2006? I'd be interested to know. And I thought it was a good movie. It's a good movie. things now are kind of cringe. And today I was watching some scenes from the Harry Potter movies. I really like Harry Potter. I read most of the books when I was much younger, many years ago. I don't even quite remember that, but I read them. And I was watching some scenes in the movies. I remember the movies, and basically what happened was the Dementor. Because I was thinking of the Dementor from Harry Potter. I remember that on the train, and like that's pretty scary. So if y'all never heard of this, it might spoilers, which hopefully y'all have heard about it by now, but it's kind of spoilers for some of you. But here, continuing. So basically, yeah, seeing the scene again today on YouTube, it's like this Dementor just slides in, like the smoothest slide in, smoothly, just sliding in smoothly, and this giant Nephilim demonic thing just slides in, and he just does something. He opens it up, and he comes in, and he tries to suck the life out of him. And it's like you never watched it. You never watched it. Poseidon. Oh, okay. I'm glad I saw it, and I kind of wish I would have just stayed there and watched the whole thing, but it's all right. But I don't regret Mary taking me to that movie when I was a kid, and I'm glad I got to see it. But so basically what happened was, Harry Potter, it was like this thing, he just came in so smoothly, and he starts causing mayhem, and J.K. Rowling invented the creature because it had to do with her depression, and it just sucks the life out of you. So it was very well done, very, very well done. And it does remind me of a Nephilim, and it reminds me of some sort of fallen angel thing. So I like there's some Christian elements in Harry Potter books. A lot of people would be actually triggered that I said that. Because a lot of people don't like Harry Potter. They think it's demonic. But so basically, there's like, I forgot the other word, but there's these Christian, I'll say, paradoxes or things that coincide with Christianity. And like Harry Potter is like a Christian figure, like a Christ figure, and Voldemort is like a satanic figure. And so, there's a good and there's an evil. So I like there's like some biblical ties to it, in my opinion, but a lot of people think that it has to do with witchcraft and stuff. But I talked to one of my friends, it was Douglas, about it, and he thought that Harry Potter was just it was a silly book. It wasn't anything evil, because he studied religion very closely, like I did, and his opinions was that it's not like teaching people witchcraft, but now somebody, like, I looked at it and I never wanted to do satanic witchcraft or any kind of witchcraft, because I knew it was something not to touch, because God does that for us. He does those things for us. But no, I just took it as a fantasy, as a cool fantasy book. But it does remind me of alchemy, which was like kind of like chemistry from the medieval era, which, if I'm wrong about it being in the medieval era, part of my ignorance about it, but I studied about it, and that's what it reminded me of, medieval times. And then also there was some sorcery done by English way back, and they had a crystal ball. There's a story about this where an angel appeared to these two men, and they were teaching them how to do certain sorcery and things that came from God, allegedly, and they could predict things through their crystal ball. So it was real. But what happened was this angel was telling them to do adultery with the other person's wife. But that's not something that an angel from God would tell you now. So that thing did not come from God. But so this is probably where some of the sorcery stuff does come from, because it was at different time periods, and the pagans in England and stuff did sorcery things. But as I said, there's nothing wrong with looking at Harry Potter, in my opinion. It's a good book. It's a good movie, and there's good Christian moral lessons in it. But if somebody, to not actually do, real satanic witchcraft, though, or any kind of witchcraft, in my opinion, those that are Christian that follow it. So, but you have different opinions about it, all across the board about that situation, that it could be a gateway of people might go, they might want to do witchcraft now, but not me. I and many of my Christian friends didn't want to do that. But yeah, so basically, yeah, Mary says Poseidon Adventure was well known in the 1970s movie, and man, this sounds good. You can always get DVDs if you watch DVDs. And she says she loves Harry Potter books and movies. Mary, I watch everything on my phone and let Ava have the TV. I know it's usually cheaper just to get DVDs, though. Right. Yeah. Good conversation. And also, and I've been like kind of reading back over Harry Potter and the different theories and the different things in the book and the movies. Yeah, I liked it. I like it a lot. Remember, as I would drive to school, I'd read the first book while I would drive to school until I finished the book. And I remember when I was a kid, before Hurricane Katrina, I got the Prisoner of Azkaban book. And, so that was a really, cool book, very good book, very good movie. And like one of my friends at school many years ago, 2017, was saying that the movies are better. The movies are great, but the books sometimes they give you some different details that were never in the movie. That goes for the Stephen King books. It goes for all the different things. That sometimes the book will give you they'll say say there's like a staircase with a horse carved into it. Like in a movie, they'll put like a statue of a horse next to the staircase, but in the book, it describes it literally on the staircase as an ornament. So just to give you like an eccentric example about how sometimes the book and the movie a little bit different, but the movies are great, and it's good to visualize it, and it's good to have a movie about it. Like The Giver is a book I read in seventh grade. It was seventh grade. The Giver is about like a dystopia, communistic society, and this dude, the Giver, is giving information to the Jonas, the youngster, about what the world used to be like before the revolution. Like they brainwashed all these people to have no emotions. And yeah, shout out to Mary and for Mother's Day, and also Amanda too. Or shout out to all the mothers. And also, so, basically, so, I respond to that chat message. And yeah, so that's basically, the situation about the books, how they'll, like, kind of switch things around and stuff like that. And also, those are my thoughts on those things. And oh my god, she says, I love The Giver. Alien's such a great book. Oh yeah, you read it too? Nice. Yeah, I read it in school, and we're learning about the utopias and things, and I saw the movie. It was really good. The movie was very good. I liked the ending of the movie better than the book. That was a great way to explain it. And also there's a sequel to The Giver, Gathering Blue. And also at school, I used to wear glasses, and I was nicknamed Harry Potter because I look kind of like him with the glasses. And I'm like also thinking as I'm looking at myself without the glasses, I look like Tom Riddle. and also Tom Riddle and Harry Potter were cousins. That's pretty cool. So there you go. And my dad's from England, so right where the story takes place, that's all pretty cool. Yeah. And Amanda says, oh yeah, I watched it too, but so long ago, I need to rewatch it. Yeah, I need to rewatch it too. The Giver and the Harry Potter movies also. So basically, something that happened with my senior year. So I have one of the DVDs from Harry Potter, the Sleepy Hollows. It's actually called the Sleepy Hollow. And so, not the Sleepy Hollows, that's some word I made up. And Mary says, and you had the Harry Potter black school cape that he wore and similar hair. People always told you that. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And also, another thing is that I remember I used to put the cape on the black cat in the house. Rest in peace, Spritle. And this is back in the 2000s, so a long time ago. And So basically, what happened was, as I was saying, we were watching it my senior year. And my friend and I down the street, Elijah, he's a rapper, and he's a cool dude. And also he does like beats productions and stuff. Cool dude. And he also does things with like wallpapers for albums. So basically, we're down the street and watching it, and I'd like watch it like on the. That's a little bit difficult to remember, but I remember though. It's like on the weekend, like after on the weekend, I went. I went and we would go watch it with him at night. One night we're watching it, and I was in his room on the blow up bed, and I fell asleep within like half the movie, or like right in the beginning, almost a half the movie. And I woke up the next morning, but we watched it again, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I took a off day on Monday because I didn't want to go to school or something, or I was like something was going on with me. I didn't go to school, and I just like went. I like was chilling in the house, and I went to his house and hung out when he got off school, and they were talking about different things with the Celtic calendars and stuff like that. They had these Celtic, like you have the astrology. They had like a Celtic astrology too. Not that I want people to do astrology things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like signs, like the zodiac signs. So I was looking at that. It was really interesting around that time. And my girlfriend at the time, she loved Harry Potter also, and she was telling my friend, she's saying, tell your friend that there's a whole movie and book series about it. And the guy was like, I know, I've seen them before. Yeah, so that was interesting, and I'm glad I'm bringing that back and talking about these things again. So also chat was talking, all so cute, and Mary says, may we, I put the cape on may we also. Yeah, I put the cape on may we too. Casimiro, oh, okay, I have a portable DVD player, but not one for the TV. We actually do have one for the TV, and we actually do. I got it. I let my friend use it for a couple years when we weren't using it, then I got it back. And so, yeah, that's cool. It's in the front room. And also, basically, what happened was, and we get notifications, and now I'm just looking at myself, talking to you all. Okay, all right. So, we're still going. Anyway, so yeah, I really enjoyed that time and seeing the different Harry Potter movies and seeing the endings. So remember, I watched it, when the movies are coming out, I watched them consistently. It's like they're just going to be out forever, but they weren't out forever. They eventually had to end. Some people were thinking there could have been a new movie series, but then they're like, oh, there's going to be a new villain, and you would have to go and make a new villain, just let the characters be at peace. And yeah, and Daniel Radcliffe was saying, he was saying that how a long time ago he didn't like watching the old Harry Potter movies because it's like if you see a baby picture yourself and you cringe. But he likes watching the movies now. I saw that he likes it now. But like I was thinking the videos I did 2 years ago, and my voice was a little bit different. I'm like, oh, I'm not cringing or anything. Like, oh okay. Or some of my old calls or whatever, I'm like, oh, okay. My baby pictures are awesome. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like different things I did throughout time. And yes, I understand some of the cringe, but it's good content people with talent make, so it's good to keep sentimental feelings about that. And also, I like the gothic darkness about Harry Potter and the other things about it. It's a very interesting, complex book. And they're saying like the movie with the Dementor, people in the comments section were saying how, it's more scary than movies now. It's good how they did movies back then. There's still good movies now, but it's good how they did movies back then. This dude, he just glided in on the train, made everything cold, and he just opened the door without even touching it. It's just like slide into the DMs like Dementor. They could I could make a soundtrack called a song called Dementor Style. I'm funny. All right, so yeah, so that was just some things I was thinking about, today and this weekend. So the trials, a lot of information, a lot of different stuff, and the people. Last time the ladies were really upset. Not yesterday, or the day before. They were very, very like upset about the graphic detail about how Chad Daybell sadistically deleted, and how he had people. We think he may have had Alex sadistically delete the other ones, and it's just like, it was very heartbreaking. And that when anytime the chat gets like messed up, I'm like, all right, group hug. I got that from the Santa Claus movies. And Amanda, I think the Santa Claus movies would be good for Ava to watch as she gets older for Christmas. Those are good movies. And so the Santa Claus movie, one of them, the dude was like, the stepdad Neil, he was like group hug. So anytime like the chat gets like real dark when they talk about these messed up things in a trial, I'm like group hug, and then it makes everybody feel better. So yeah, so a lot of information, and it was interesting to see Darrell Brooks again, and it's still ongoing with Karen Reed. There's debate if she's innocent or not. There seems to be a very split opinion about that. Very split opinion. And also today, I remember how Amanda said, yeah, the movie were so much better than, yeah, exactly, I agree. And also, I remember, like, so today, all the trials ended early, and the judge of the YSL wished everybody a happy Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day from him, even if you all don't even watch trials. So, but basically, all the trials ended early, and I went into the room to talk to my mom, Mary, and time kind of flew by, and I was having the phone in the other room, and then I had to go check it because grandparents coming back from the store. I go help them. And then what happens is sometimes they get kind of hard-headed, and they like to be hard-headed about things, right? And it's how their personality is, and as they got older, they got, even more hard-headed. So then what happened was they didn't call Mary, my mom, about the situation, about, the groceries or whatever. And then they did it themselves a little bit, not all of it, just some of them. They did some of them themselves. And then I got there when I saw the message, and I brought the rest up. And it's like they could have called they could have called Mary. They could have, knocked on the window or something. But I was, right around. They really needed help. But it's like some people are impatient, and some people have issues, and so that was kind of like some of the drama today with them. But it's all good. Yeah. And okay, Alien, everything worked out okay. Yeah. So everything worked out okay. But it's just like, so just remember, everybody, to have patience, ask for help if you need help, and to not be, to not be stubborn about things. Yeah. So, but grandparents are cool people. Grandparents are cool people. It's just kind of more funny than anything. So, also, Mary says, how is the weather outside right now? Well, right now, I'm hot and I'm sweating, obviously, but it's not really hot. I feel a cool breeze, and it's not overbearingly hot right now. It's just kind of warm, but it's hot. I don't know how to describe it. It's like both. It's like hot and cool at the same time. So that's what the weather is right now. And also, then basically what happened was the weather was, said it's just a little breeze. That's what's going on. Thanks, Amanda. Thank you. And you see my forehead. I'm just sweating. Also, I'm doing something for 54 minutes and 32 seconds. I've been talking. Yeah. So, shout out to the grandparents, though. Cool people. It all worked out. I helped them. It's all good. It wasn't a big deal. And also, so basically, as I said, the weather, It's kind of cloudy right now. It's kind of overcastish, and later on as the day goes on, it's going to get kind of cloudy, and it's kind of clear and cloudy, and it's going to storm actually. And shout out to the train. And Amanda says she noticed it now. Now I notice, yes. I don't believe it before you said so. Yeah. Yeah, humidity's 96. Yeah, very hot. Very hot. And also, yeah, so it's just, as I said, it's kind of slightly overcast with some clouds moving around very slowly, and it's a little bit breezy, and it's cool but hot and humid. So maybe it's just like cool weather, but it's kind of humid. But as I said, the trials all ending early was really cool and stuff, but also had other things with it as well. Yeah. So basically, in the situation, they had, it's 23% over there, Mary, right? And also, they had this situation where we have our friends out in the west. It's 23% humidity, and right now I'm feeling the cool breeze. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. It's kind of coming in my direction more. Also, then, with the situation, with the weather situation, so that's what's going on with that. And then, so yeah, this week, and I also want to know, like, say, Amanda and Kaz and everybody, like, how, and if people watching, if y'all want to talk about it, how was y'all's week? How did y'all's day go? And how did everybody's week go? I'd like to know if y'all want to talk about it. And Casimiro, how is your weather if you're still here? And yes, that's what she said. And also, and as I said, I mentioned certain things, Mary, because I talk about my day and things that went on. I just do that with, everything. And also, then, and Amanda says, Mary, if there's even a little humidity here, I'm like, it's so hot, I'm used to dry weather now. Yeah, because, I understand that the dry weather, it doesn't feel as hot in the dry weather. It doesn't feel as hot in the dry weather as it does down here, because the humidity intensifies the different things. And also, then, yeah, and as I was saying, so I heard the train, I heard some wind coming in, because it's gonna be storming a little bit earlier in the morning. Yeah, so I was just, doing that, and I was glad to see the different trials and things throughout the week, and it's just been really rough, because there's a lot of graphic things about them. And Mary says, Amanda, yes, you have the dry, hot heat, not fun either. And, well, Mary, you said you seemed to be uncomfortable about something I brought up before, so I was just letting you know why I was bringing it up. You don't act like you don't know. And also, basically, because I just don't really always care what people think, and I just say what's going on. And also, there's a giant, one of those giant mosquitoes flying around in the area. All right. So, basically, what happens is, so bug-wise, I only saw like one or two little flying things fly around, but that's it. And during the weather yesterday, when it was getting kind of bad, after, I was going inside, it was going bad in other areas, not here. I saw this bug, and it was flying towards me, and I was moving right or left, and it was flying at me, and then landing on a wall. I'm like, you ain't gonna come by me, and we're not playing the game. And Mary says, no, I meant you were looking around. I wasn't acting like I didn't know. Troll, yeah. I'm being an alien troll right now. And it looks like Mary is in cahoots with this stuffed animal I have named Jim Showman. It's a baboon stuffed animal from the zoo. I named it Jim Showman. That's who she's in cahoots with right now. Because he also called me a troll. And Amanda says, my week's been okay. Just been reading. I have a steak and some marinade for tacos tomorrow night. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you have that. That's really cool, Amanda. And I'm sure your cooking is great. And just for a record, because she's gonna get triggered, Mary has good cooking too. All right, got that taken care of. Yeah. And also, so I'm going to show you all the garden, all right? We're going to look at the garden, everybody. Guys and gals. All right. Well, if I say Amanda's an excellent cook, the greatest cook of all time, you would get triggered if I said that. And I didn't want to leave you out, Mary. I didn't want to do that. And also, I'm going to switch over, and Mary, oh yeah, I'm excited. Going to make rice tomorrow with it. Yeah. So we're going to do now, everybody, we're just going to switch this around, and we're going to, well, right now, look how dry it is, everybody. This is how dry it is somewhat. It's humid and dry for some reason. It's all cracking. The ground's cracking right now. All right. All right. So... well, I'm just being a bad boy right now, Amanda. Yeah, I'm just being a bad boy right now. All right, so yeah, that's all the cracks right now. And you could call the stream Alien Uncensored. Kaz says, good, enjoying my day off today and tomorrow. Yeah, so this is one of the elephant ear plants growing. And guess what? I had to clear some of this out because, sometimes the Slytherin snakes come through here, and then Bubbles' brother could go hang out here without all the trees in his face. And look at this. This is a pumpkin from Halloween that's been a decoration in the house, and now it's outside, and I'm going to use the seeds to grow pumpkins. That's fantastic. Yeah, so it's a cool decoration, so it's like Halloween all year round. All right, so... all right, everybody, so we're going to look at the plants. See, look. This is the corn. Oh, look, it's a ladybug. Shout out to the ladybug. That's the corn that's getting really big. There's a little piece of corn coming out there. And then you have all of this corn. And okay, Mary, I do think I've triggered you enough. And also the tropical flowers are doing good. And we're gonna go through the sunflower labyrinth. Kaz says, been cool last week, 50 to 60s, high lows, 40s. Was windy to last few days. Yeah, all right. Yeah, and we have all of this. you have, these are the sunflowers. They're just chilling. You have, they're all doing great. And that one's just kind of being a pipsqueak, but it's all right. It's coming up. And then look, yeah, this one's almost ready. Looks like it's going to be yellow. I really don't know what color it's going to be. And then you have this hybrid thing right here. And it's like a stalk with two twins. Two twins. And they're like that and that. Thank you, Amanda. And it has a bunch of coming from its head. And then you have this. And this one. You have one growing right here. And one growing right here. Yeah, so shout out to the sunflowers. All right, this is the mint. It's getting bigger, and I'm going to harvest some of it and use it in tea and stuff. And here we have pineapple right there, and some more mint coming up here. All right. Yeah, so much of the mint. Exactly. And also, I like the plants, and with the weather and stuff, it's coming along well because some areas it wouldn't grow as well. So I am glad that it's growing better here. Yeah. And also, I'm going to, grow some new things as well in the different pots. I'm going to get a certain type of soil and put them in the pots or buckets like what Stranded does. And I'm going to continue growing other things in pots too. Right now I hear some birds chirping. And I hear some some bugs and things too. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, and then, all that stuff I mentioned, throughout the stream, that's what I have been doing, this week. That's what I have been doing. Amanda says I can always dry it out and bottle it to keep it longer. I can do that, Amanda. I can do that too. That sounds like a really great idea. I could dry it out and keep it longer, because mint can be used for all kinds of things, and I want to certainly, research all the different stuff I can do with it. Yeah, so I'm certainly going to go and, do the suggested, because you can dry things out. Like, I dried out some of the peppers, and they are doing quite well with their, being dried out because they can be used for seeds. And yeah, you can see on me the weather, the heat. Yeah, and also talked to my uncle in England. We were talking about the election and how the mayor won again, and they're having a lot of problems. He's not in London anymore, but how they have a lot of problems out in London, and the mayor is cringe. And also, there's a situation where, we're talking about the different wars and stuff over in Europe, and the conflict. And the conflict. Oh, thank you, Amanda. That's very sweet. if I had an Etsy store, buy the peppers from me. Well, thank you. Thank you. And also, another thing is that with the looks like I kind of forgot what I was saying, but right. So I'm gonna try to figure out and just start over. Yeah. So whatever I was saying, it is what it is, and you know, yeah. It's just, I guess the weather's getting to me, and I forgot what I was gonna say, but okay. So, oh, there's a June bug right there. It's way out there in the grass. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, so basically I like the idea about drying out the mint and doing the stuff like that. And also I'm glad that you'd be interested in the peppers. Yeah. I grow very cool peppers. And I'm learning more things about them, and I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna grow, multiple ones. And you could, put them in all kinds of spices and seasoning, season things. You can, do all kinds of stuff like that with them. And also, I have some other flowers growing in the field, which I'm glad that they sprouted. They usually kind of sprout a little bit later from this time period. But, so that's pretty cool about, that situation. All right. I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about my uncle. So, with my uncle, we were talking about the new, things with Europe and stuff that was going on over there, and I want to tell him I'll go over here. It's a very isolated incidents of protests, and this area is doing all right, and different parts are doing okay. It's more spread out over here. London, everything's like concentrated, and they're having a lot of problems over there. So it was interesting, talking to him about the different stuff that's going on. And he used to love London, and it was great, and he had some of his greatest times there. But now it's horrible. He doesn't go there anymore, so it's not safe. So everybody get a heads up about that. So hopefully they could get London back together, and it could be great again. So yeah, so that's just kind of like a sum up of the different things that I did this week and talk about. Amanda says she would make her own hot sauce and cook with them. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And at some point, that very well may be a thing. That will be a thing. Yes. Well, Amanda, there has been a situation. So, London, there has been problems with a lot of immigration from there's people that are Muslim that are fine people, but there's some of these people that are extremist jihadists, and so they're having problems with terrorism over there, and they're having problems with immigrants from different countries like that, and some African countries that are coming and causing havoc over there, and then they go and vote for policies that may be against Britain's interests. So, yeah. That's the problem with the country right now. And their economy, their inflation is way worse than ours. It's way more expensive over there than it is here. So that's the situation that's going on. And, my uncle moved away from London. And, it's a really... It's really unfortunate. Well, I'm glad that I'm in America. I'm not over there. It's nice over here. And multiple people, like Danny, you saw here, Amanda, some time ago, who's in the chat. I don't know if you were here when he was here. Danny, he's in London, and he talks about what goes on over there, and he hates it over there. And yeah, it's tough for people that live there. And other people I know from London, men and women, they don't like it either. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah, it's tough. Prayers for them. Hopefully things will get better. Yeah, you remember Danny. Yeah, shout out to Danny. He's a cool dude. And he's very informed about what's going on. Some people, disagree with things he says, but, it's like when you see that every single day and it's right in his backyard, it's cringe. People over here have it really well over here. You don't have that going on over here, so they're out of touch with it. It's like the reverse situation. Like the American Revolution, you had a situation where the King of England was out of touch with America, but now America is out of touch with London, what's going on over there, because they're not dealing with that problem. It's like reversed. So that's why empathy is very important. And, like every, group, you're going to have extremist people that are going to do things that are bad. And, you get like the worst people on planet Earth and put them in London. And that's what happened. Yeah. Like, Harry Potter, how London, and England was, like, it's not like that anymore. Like, when that book was written, it's like, London's different now. All right, checking something. All right. Yeah, so it's good to stay informed about what's going on. And, yeah. Amanda said, we have our own migration issues, just significantly different, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, yeah, it's more spread out. This is a bigger area in America. London and England, it's all crammed together. It's like a real, like, all crammed together. There's no room to go. It's like a tiny island. And, people are just into their own greed. That's what's going on with the people with their own greed. All right. Okay. So, I'm just looking at chat. All right. I'm caught up with everything being said in the chat. It's nice. Nice horn blowing. Yeah, that's true. Much smaller place for sure. Smaller space for sure. Yeah. It's I like chatting with my friends and like roasting the different, criminals and stuff. It was funny. Yeah. And shout out to Danny though and my chat friends about the law and crime chat where we talk about different things with the Chad Daybell. Yeah. And I'm trying to see anything else because I'm probably going to edit. All right. So I'm doing a live stream tomorrow also from the computer. And what I'm doing is, I'm going to do it, with the game and stuff that I do. I'm doing it from there. And also with the, with the, I want to do that when talking about different topics and things I talk about. So, right. So that's what, I was doing this week, and I'm going to be ending the stream in a moment, but I'll just give, chat a moment to talk a little bit, a moment. So, yeah, so I'm glad that I saw all of you, and I covered these topics and these different things that are going on in my personal life and things that are going on with my time with the channel, and just a couple of more, and it'll be 1,000. And that's a really big deal for me. I've been talking about that for a while now. And we're right, pretty much right there. So I'm thinking all of you. It wasn't just me. It was a teamwork, a team effort to get this far, and more content's coming out, like with the shorts and videos and streams. Yeah. So I've been learning a lot of things, studying different definitions, and I've been studying different things and being active on the YouTube community. And Amanda said, awesome, Alien. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Yeah, I hope you have a great day too, Amanda, and everybody else. And, so that's what I was doing for today and this week. And, I'm glad I covered it. And I hope you all have a nice day and week. And see you all tomorrow. And you all watching the reruns. Just glad that you made it this far into it. All right. Always fun live. Love talking with you. Well, thank you, Amanda. I love talking with you too. All right, now, and peace.